what is up? Welcome to the stream. I admittedly didn't have that great of a day today, but I'm hoping that I can at least have a good stream and turn things around, so I don't really want to talk about it. I just want to have a good stream, a fun stream. So, this is more of the Rebeat arc, obviously. Last stream was supposed to be another Rebeat arc stream, obviously, but then it kind of got derailed and we, you know, beat a new hardest platformer, and potentially new hardest in general. I've been told saying that How to Platformer is harder than Cataclysm isn't even ridiculous. Like, I was worried that I was having another Accu is tier 18 moment, but according to some people, it's not the weirdest take in the world. So that's cool, but, yeah, that stream got massively derailed, and, this stream is going to actually be part of it. So, this is the official 4th stream. Last stream, I just kind of did a couple rebeats, but it's not part of it. So, I guess, you know, there you go. And the thing is, I really need to get to 2,500 orbs and buy the first path. It's something I just need to get done, right? So, demons are an alright way to grind, and I do like grinding them, but I think we need to grind more of the gauntlets. We haven't really been doing a lot of those. I don't mind doing the map packs off stream because these are just non-demon completions. But the gauntlets, because they are one of the things that got me banned in the first place, I want to do all of these on stream. Or at least record proof that I did them. So, yeah. It's kind of funny, this mod that gives all of the gauntlets these cool little shaders and cool effects, I love this mod. They just, for whatever reason, refuse to do the bonus gauntlet. And for a while, I thought that was kind of lame. Yeah, they haven't done the Crystal Gauntlet as well. They've done all the other 2.1 ones, though. And it's funny, because for a while I thought that was lame, and with the Crystal Gauntlet it is. They need to make one for the Crystal Gauntlet. But now that I think about it, they should just never make one for the bonus gauntlet. I think it's really funny if this is the only one that just doesn't have this special-looking thing. I don't know why. That just seems really funny to me. But, yeah. That's what we're doing this stream. We're gonna grind some of the gauntlets. Not really spinning the wheel. I mean, we might spin the wheel at some point if I get bored of the gauntlets, but yeah. Is that moon? Is what moon? Oh, the background music. Not moon specifically, but yeah, it's Black Ops 2 Zombies. It's, actually, yeah, it's Transit. Not Moon. Moon is Black Ops 1, so no, it's not Moon. Yeah, it's, all of the transit maps from Black Ops 1, so, like, Black Ops 2, shit. It's, Farm, Bus Depot, the one that, like, combines all the maps together, and Town. Alright. And, by the way, after last stream, because of how well it went, we're gonna leave Globed running, because I think that's neat. Never played BO2 Zombies. Hot take. It's not even the best one. You can play better. Black Ops 3 Zombies, in my opinion, is the best one. Black Ops 2 Zombies I was never a fan of because it has the lava cracks in the ground, and you could just get burnt by the ground itself. Like, I hate Black Ops 2 Zombies because all of my... We just skipped the gravity portal. I just went under the gravity portal and died. Okay. But yeah, when I play Black Ops 2 Zombies, I find I never die to the zombies, I always die to the terrain, and that annoys the shit out of me. So, I don't remember what I said about this level in my Gauntlet tier list video. I haven't watched back that video in a long time, and chances are I probably disagree with some of my rankings. But whatever I said, I've always loved this level. I don't know why. Something about the way it plays with the song, it's just really fun. Yeah, I don't know what the general consensus is on how hard How to Platformer is, because no one compares platformers to classics, right? And I don't really play high-end plats that much, so all I really know is that it's harder than Chromicide, easier than Furia 500. Which, as you can imagine, doesn't really tell me much. So I don't know what the general consensus is. I've been told I'm not weird for thinking it's harder than Kata. But at the same time, no one actually says whether it is. Platformer's new, so it's still hard to rank. I mean, on my spreadsheet, I just try to give them GDDL tiers as if I'm comparing them to Classic. Then again, people judge platformer difficulty differently. And that's the weird thing about it, right? Because, like, for me, I gave it a tier 20. And that's what I gave How to Platformer, which actually seems kind of reasonable because that puts it right on the border between Insane Demon and Extreme Demon. It's that gray area where everything flips, right? But I put it there, and the reason, like, the thing I judged its difficulty off was not the length. The length didn't bother me at all. It was purely how hard, like, 5 or 6 specific rooms that annoyed me were. Cool. Dude, I don't get why the Michigan mode doesn't give you a coin. I think it should. I think they should move one of the coins and put it at the end. Why didn't I get the 3rd coin? I always forget it. And I don't care about the coin, so I'm not gonna, like, die to get it. Skyward! Oh yeah, I forgot, that coin's insane. Hey, Bishi. That's weird. For some reason, the UFO feels really floaty to me right now, and I don't know why. Maybe I just got used to how the UFO feels in How to Platformer with the camera massively zoomed in. But yeah, me with coins, right? The only time I'll ever even consider, like, oh man, I have to get the coins in this, I'm upset that I missed a coin, right? The only time I ever feel that way is if, you know, I actually have a chance of placing on the levels leaderboards. Like, I cared about the coins for Sponge. I needed all 3 coins for Sponge, right? But with levels like this, I don't care about the coins because I'm not going to end up on the leaderboards anyway. And the thing is, even if I can end up on the leaderboards, I still debate whether or not it's worth it, if the coins are really hard. In my eyes, coins have to be fun. That's... wow, a lot of people are playing this one. Hey, Shadow Snail's here! But yeah, in my eyes... what the fuck is this song? I don't think I have the correct song. What is this? Boobies. What the fuck is this? I think I have a Nong for another level, but what level's Nong is this? Like, Come on, Shadow Snail, we're doing this together. I died, fuck. What is your favorite death sound effect? Funnily enough, it's not in the game right now. I need to restore it. It was, Scout TF2 saying bonk. I need to grab that one back. I lost it when I verified game files at one point, so... Yeah, I know this isn't the song. I'm trying to figure out what level this is from. Alright, this is bugging me. What the fuck is this? 686782. Let's see. Alright, what is this for? I know it's not Neon Skyline. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh my god. Chat, it's Esfera. You know what this means? Esfera, yeah, the list level. You know what this means? I haven't played Carnation since back before I finished ranking the entire Pointer Crate demon list. Yeah, I haven't played this in a long time. It's been at least 2 years. Yeah, this is way easier with the correct song. Starshine. Oh, I love this one. Fuck the auto wave. We're doing the wave. I love the wave in this level. It's so fun. Ow. I looked at chat. I unlocked DVW, yes. I hate that coin, though. That coin is like this level's biggest flaw because it's just this big hitbox that gets in the way. Being inside of Shadow Snail's icon really fucking fucked me up because I could see the text just stacked on top of my wave. And that's kind of funny. I might need to hide icons, but I don't really want to. Okay, so I totally understand nerfing the wave in this because as much as I love it, it is hard. What I don't understand is why they didn't, like, put a coin behind doing the wave or something. I thought that was the... okay. It's a lot more fun than it looks. I'm just being bad. Ah. Who is Shadow Snail? He's a guy that showed up in my stream for when I was playing How to Platformer, and he followed me for, like, all the way up to room 666. Also, I'm gonna practice this because I clearly do not remember how to play this. I'm shocked I read this duel, to be honest. Okay, so then, you can't even jump immediately, you have to, like, wait a second and space out both jumps, huh? I do remember when I played this when I was younger, it says auto wave if you collect the key, right? So in my head I'm like, oh, well, obviously that makes the wave sections auto. It doesn't, at least not that one. Also, I know you can just kind of coast down here. How far can you go with that? I almost wonder if you can skip anything with this. I guess not. Alright, whatever. You wish you were there for How to Platformer? I mean, the VOD's still up. Oh my god, this part's great. What a fucking wonderful way to fix that. Just have an invisible slope. This level's not as good as I remember. A 10-hour stream is wild though? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, I knew I was going to be streaming for a long time, I just didn't know it was going to go for that long. Wow, you really have to jump last minute. That is a cruel fucking click for a level like this. Well, at least it's over now. Yeah, at least until I inevitably decide to stupidly go for Fury of 500, but that's not for a while. Damn it. Holy shit! Oh my god, I got so fucking nervous. Why don't I use a camera anymore? Because my computer camera looks like garbage, and it makes for really cringe-looking photos. I didn't have self-awareness back then, I do now. Hey, Hulk. I didn't grab the coin out of nerves, that's alright. Oh. I forgot. Also, yeah, we're doing the gauntlets. Oh my god, bro. I suck. That's such an easy coin, so I actually do kind of feel bad about missing that one, but whatever. Okay, I remember fucking hating this level when I beat it back in the day. And keep in mind, I haven't beaten this since, like, I think when I beat this, it would have been 2018. No, shit, 2019. I didn't play it all in 2018. Alright, so I remember that these little pillars that look like they're in the background have hitboxes. Do I plan on buying any of the pads on this account? That's what I'm working towards right now. Fuck this level, dude. I think I remember why I hated it back then, and I hate it for it now. It's because some of the floating saw blades are real and have hitboxes. So you could just be, like, going straight, and then you'll just die due to a hitbox that you can barely fucking see. Or a saw, because it just looks like it's part of the background. And also, these orbs look like they have X's in them to indicate that you don't click them. Bro, what? That's so poorly placed. Also, hey, Caustic. I believe Gauntlet levels are artificially buffed the first time you play them. Every copy of Geometry Dash is personalized. I know it's just a creepypasta, but I swear to God, there's some fucking truth to that Super Mario 64's personalized shit. Because there are things that I swear to God I personally did in that game that do not exist. And there are things that no one else remembers. Like, a lot of the false memories with that game seem to be shared. Like, everyone remembers having to grab a star out of that little tunnel in Dire Docks, right? But I just remember things that seem to just never exist. And no one has, like, a shared memory with them. Like, you know how there's that, like, water dragon in SM64? Fucking, I forget their name, but, fucking AI-generated US presidents joked about it being a Lapras. I forget what the fuck it's called, but that fucking dragon thing, right? whatever the thing is called, if anyone knows in chat, let me know. I remember, because if I remember correctly, yeah, Dory, thank you. If I remember correctly, you just ride on the back of Dory, and he just acts as like a little boat, taking you from point A to point B, right? And that's it. He's just a boat. I remember very distinctly that you could ground pound on Dory's back, and it would kill him. And it would give you a coin. Or, not a coin, a star, rather. Like, I very vividly remember this. And it just doesn't exist. It's like a Mario Odyssey moon. Yeah, see, that's kind of what fucks me up, is, I found out it didn't exist retroactively when I played Mario Odyssey, and I'm like, huh, that reminds me of this thing, and it's not a thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of my false memories I can explain away pretty simple by telling you all that, when I was a kid I played Super Mario 64 DS. That's the version I grew up with. But I've played OG SM64 as well, and I have false memories for both. It's super weird. Also, we're done with the Gauntlet, let's go! I forgot how much I don't care about the Gauntlet rewards. Okay, so we just need around 800 more orbs. Well, that's the weird thing, right? It's like almost reverse deja vu. I don't want to call it a Mandela effect, because for it to be a Mandela effect, other people would have to remember it. But it's like if a Mandela effect only affected one person. Is there? Oh my god, there's a coin there. I probably knew that, but just forgot. I'm trying to think of more examples. I've been playing a lot of SM64 lately. Oh yeah, here's another one, chat. You know about that, like, hidden stage where you get the wing cap and you, like, fly around and you collect the red coins? Right? It's like a little mini game, and you fly around. Yeah, I remember that being a full stage, like an actual full stage. And I remember you accessed it through a painting and not by looking up at the sky. I mean, it might have even been that there was the mini game, and then there was a separate painting for like a similar stage, kind of like how Dire Docks and the other water level are similar. Fucking, I always forget the name of the other one that uses the song. But, like, I remember there was, like, a full stage, and it was literally just a floating city with, like, buildings on clouds and shit. Oh yeah, that's right, the saw blades that you can barely fucking see.
Bruh.
Floating city. Oh,
Bruh.
no, because... Okay, that's fucking me up, because you did remind me of another stage that I am combining the two together in my head, because there is also the one where you ride the carpet, right? But, like, where my memory, I think, is going is that basically any stage that took place in the sky and was like a minigame, I remember just being one location. Which, I mean, hey, that actually feels like it could just be like a normal false memory, because at least the things I remember doing in the game do exist, right? It's just not all one stage. But it's just... I've been playing, Super Mario 3D All-Stars' version of Super Mario 64, because that's honestly just the best version of the game I have access to. I don't really like playing it on emulator that much, because something feels off about playing it with a normal controller. I don't know, I like playing it with the Joy-Cons. But I've been playing SM64 on Super Mario 3D All-Stars on my Switch, and something about it just feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I know the personalization AI shit is fake, but I genuinely, like... I guess empathize with the story a little bit, because it's like, yeah, no, I don't know, there's some weird shit that I just remember differently. And there are even some minor things, like, I don't remember the 100 coin stars existing. I remember 100 coins giving you 1-ups and not a star. Because it would literally, like, spawn a 1-up on the map. So basically a 2D Mario thing. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I even remember thinking, oh, it's kind of like that thing in OG Mario, right? Because that's how it works in the original Mario, so it would make sense if that's how it worked in SM64. But I always remember thinking, huh, 100 coins, that's a bit easy for a star, don't you think? And, you know, like, that's what I was thinking when I was playing on the Switch the other day. I'm like, really? Which, maybe I remember it giving coins by more process of elimination, because that makes more sense to me? Because all of this is just false memory shit, right? And you can explain false memories pretty easy. But it's just... I don't know, man. Shout out to those 2.0 dragons that are on screen for all of 1 second. You know what game I've been playing a lot of lately? This is gonna sound really random, but... Oh my fucking god. Okay. So, I don't know if you know this, but, the level Despacito Circles uses Ground Zero as a replacement song. And I had a mashup of Despacito for Despacito Circles, and now it's playing in Ground Zero. So I just open up the level, and all I hear is... You know what? Fuck it. We're turning this up. I'm gonna fucking crank the shit. Oh man. Oh man.
I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a coolest.
Okay, child, this can't be no homegirl, drop it like the NASDAQ. Move white girls like this coke up my ass crack. Move black girls, cause man, fuck it, I'll do either. I love pussy, I love bitches, dude, I should be running Peter. I don't fuck with no old hoes, only new hoes. Put my dick in a pack, put a pass to my bro. I don't love her, that's a sad hoe. She a what if she the poor groove that is up? Yes, but see the I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly.
And that is the best completion of Ground Zero by Dorsha you will ever see on YouTube. I didn't make that mashup. I don't, like, I think I had credited it in the completion. I legitimately don't remember. But, yeah, it's just some random thing I found on YouTube. I think it was literally titled Despacito 2, but it's not, like, the famous Despacito 2. It was another one. So I don't fucking know, man. Funny as shit, though. I did not expect that. Also, hey, Specky, I saw you earlier in the chat. Shrimp. I remember watching EVW play through this, and he was trying to rationalize why it was called shrimp, and came up with the best explanation. The shrimp is poisoned. It's bad. The shrimp's gone bad. It's gross. Can't eat it. Thanks, EVW. That does honestly feel like it. A lot of the levels in here feel like they're picked based off of really arbitrary things like color. But even that doesn't make sense, because half of the levels in the Fire Gauntlet aren't red. The only thing I can think of with the Fire Gauntlet is that it's all levels that are epic rated. But are all the levels in there epic rated? I don't even know. Oh, by the way, chat, I don't know how many of you watching the stream have seen my, my 10-year anniversary video. But, a throwaway line in that video to kind of make the point that I don't really leave my comfort zone and I always watch, like, the same content creators. One thing I said in there was that I'd never watched a Brandon Larkin video, right? I have news. I have been watching literally all of Brandon Larkin's stuff because holy fuck, he is peak content creator, and how did I never watch his stuff? My first video by Brandon Larkin that I watched was 10th Circle, and it was genuinely some of the hardest I've laughed in a long time. I don't understand how a man's existence can be that entertaining. I don't even like Vortrox. I don't remember if it was my stream chat that pointed out to me or if it was something else, but I think it was my stream chat. I didn't know what a clip farmer was, and I found out what a clip farmer was because I was told that Vortrox was one of them. And I'm just gonna say this, I have no respect for clip farmers. Full stop. Because their entire fucking personality is faking reactions. And I just think that that's, like, really cringe because it just means that by nature of what you are a dishonest content creator. I don't know, I feel like when I start regularly following a content creator and watching their stuff, it's because there's a sense of honesty behind what they do. I care a lot about, you know, people just being themselves. I don't mind if people sell it a small bit, like EVW walking in on recent tab videos for money, because at least he's still being himself in the video and entertaining, right? And you get Vortrox explaining to a bunch of 9-year-olds what an asymmetrical duel is so that he can overreact to them. Like, oh no, an asymmetrical duel, it's so shit! If I remember correctly, there's a clip in that video where he reacts to a symmetrical duel as if it's an asymmetrical duel. Never mind the fact that asymmetrical duels, while finicky, hard to make good gameplay for, and can be some of the worst things in this game. Never mind the fact that they are some of the most fun things in this game. It's just such a weird thing to like, oh man, because what the fuck was the clip in the video? It was, this ruins all extremes, asymmetrical duels, they're all bad, and if you put this in your level, it's bad. Like, actually, if you're gonna grind extremes like that, and your big complaint is, ew, the level has an asymmetrical duel, skill issue, I'm sorry. But the thing is, it's probably not real. He probably just did it to fucking clip farm, you know? I hate asymmetrical duels! Anyway, I'm gonna play a Laser Blitz level now. Bro, an asymmetrical duel. He works hard as a streamer, yes, but you can tell that the only thing he cares about is attention. He doesn't actually care about being an honest content creator. Also, I just realized we're playing Peak. It's just like, I look at someone like Vortrox, and then I compare him to someone like... yes, I did reset because I missed that coin. That coin is free, so I was mad at myself. But it's like, you compare someone like Vortrox to someone like GD:, and while yes, they do make two different types of content, I don't really care about the content itself with what I'm about to say. Just compare the personalities of the two. GD: is an actually honest and really cool content creator. And then you have Vortrox, where he has the most normal reaction ever to dying to the ball in quantum processing. He just lets out a single fuck and he needs to turn it into this massive big deal. Fucking top 10 YouTubers who have sworn. Just, holy shit. I do not like Vortrox. Anytime I see a Vortrox clip on, like, my feed, or if someone uses a Vortrox clip in a video, I just feel icky. Well, what sucks is that the quantum processing fuck clip is, like, really funny up until he starts acting like a YouTube Kids content creator. Because if you've played quantum processing, you know how fucking awful that clip is. Because you gotta think, right? There's 500 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute. I have to watch the guys that I want to watch, and not just the guys that are popular. So do I pick Vortrox? The guy who does, like, it honestly feels like the equivalent of watching a fucking corporate educational, like, how to work at a job type shit, or at least it's about as entertaining as that. Or do I watch someone like Brandon Larkin beat Kinos? I just think, you know, honesty matters a lot with content creation. I just think the only reason people actually care about Vortrox's 100 Days of Extremes video is because you never see a casual player play Extremes. If you play Extremes, you're inherently going to be a very grindy and very, you know, very try-hard player. You're never going to see a casual pick up Extremes like that. And admittedly, it's cool to see someone do that, but at the same time, if Extremes were a thing people regularly played, no one would give a fuck about that video. People care more about what Vortrox did in the video than the Vortrox part of the Vortrox video. People watch... Fuck you. People watch the 100 Extremes video for the Extremes, not for Vortrox. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's really easy to shit on him, and so I have to try not to, because I don't want to be a total dick. But what I do gotta say is, like, man, just be fucking honest with your content. Just be yourself. Be a fucking human being and not just some corporate shill that's clearly just making YouTube videos for attention and money. Yeah, Angel Effect is great. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, fuck. I see that robot that Shadow Snail's using a lot when I, like, sit on the menus and stuff, because it tends to walk by on the title screen of GD a lot. And I really like it because, I don't know if this is what it's intended to be, but it reminds me a lot of, Rocky and Bullwinkle, which is, like, this really old thing. I don't even know if it's still around. It reminds me of that. I feel old knowing what Rocky and Bullwinkle is, to be honest. Although it's older than me, to be fair. It's like knowing what the Flintstones is, or like having actually watched the Flintstones. Although now that I'm looking at it again, it more reminds me of the Moose guy, and it might just be Shadow Snail's colors, but it reminds me a lot of the Moose guy from the cartoon Chowder, the Cartoon Network show. Fuck. Rocky and Bullwinkle for the NES. Oh god, don't remind me. Rocky and Bullwinkle on NES has to go out as one of the worst video game soundtracks of all time. The music in that game is so bad. I gotta let you guys in on a project that I'm gonna start. I actually just got ready to start it tonight, because I rebeat Drift or Die, which will go up on the second channel once monthly Demon Completions is up. But I rebeat Drift or Die, and unironically, I had so much good material for a review, I'm gonna review it by its own now. But, more importantly, what I'm about to say is I had a really funny idea to make, like, my own angry video game nerd review on Drift or Die. Like, in his style, with the same humor and the same format. I really think I can make a really good video out of that idea. Dude, I recommend watching The Angry Video Game Nerd. He's peak. His newer stuff's a little bit worse than his older stuff, but I also think it's overhated and still funny. I think nonchalant reactions are fine if you legitimately found the level easy. Also, Path of Fire! Let's go. So now that we have that, I can start buying some of my icons again. How many orbs does that leave me with? 219, not a lot. Shadow is easy. We'll do this really quick. Actually, no, if I remember correctly, this has some really stupidly hard levels in it. But it starts off easy. Is there a reason for that? My UFO is the last unlock in Fire. What are my thoughts on the treasure gauntlet? I don't know. I'll be honest, it was so fucking mid, I beat it and then immediately forgot what was in it. Holy shit, we grabbed the coin the wrong way. Wow. I didn't even know you could do that. And I died.
Bruh.
I will say this same. I've talked to Popoff. Those reactions are genuine. Or lack thereof. He explained to me why it happens, and I've experienced the same thing he does, so I know for a fact it can happen. Because basically, what happens with Popoff is he gets so pissed off at the levels he plays that he gets all his reactions out from the deaths. So by the time he actually beats it, he just kind of feels numb and doesn't, you know... Yeah, he just doesn't react. Just kind of like, oh, thank God that shit's over, you know? At a certain point, if a level annoys you enough, it's just kind of like, even beating it doesn't even feel good. So it's like, if you're, like, you react when beating a level feels good. Like, yes, I did it, let's go! But if it feels, like, really luck-based and awful, you're just gonna be like, oh, well, cool. I didn't know the level killed you if you missed a boo. That's kind of funny. When I finally beat a bad level, I'm like, finally, that shit sucked. Yeah, that's common, but, like, it depends on what kind of bad, because there are some levels that, even if they're skill-based, because of your experience, they start to feel luck-based. That's my experience with Ado. I don't remember my reaction to Ado, but I remember it wasn't very strong. And it's just because after a while, Ado starts to become very, well, let's see if we pass the UFO this time, you know. But yeah, Popoff's reactions are very real. Thing is, too, it's very easy to overreact like Vortrox does. It's very hard to underreact. Like, if you beat a hard level, and the harder the level, the more true this is. If you beat a hard level, even if you want to not react, your natural instincts are gonna take over, and you're just gonna let out a holy shit, you know? And I'm just saying, if you go to any Pop-Off's reactions, none of them sound like shaky or anything. Because another example of it I can think of that's kind of real is, fucking... Oh, what is his name? Why can't I think of it? Zeronium, yeah, that's what it is. Zeronium verifying Atomic Cannon Mark II, where his reaction was just, I verified Atomic Cannon Mark Doo-Doo! I mean 2! Let's go! There we go. I don't know why that 3-star took me so long. Also, hey, that wave kind of looks like my wave. It's not, but it looks like it, so let's switch to it. It's a good temporary thing until I fully get the rocket back. Ah, it's the spooky Lavender Town level. I gotta say, being a Pokemon fan and a Creepypasta fan makes this level really fucking hard to take seriously. It's like making a horror game and using the sound from Five Nights at Freddy's for your screamer. Old Roblox horror? Yes. Although, there's one old Roblox horror game I will defend to the death, and no one plays it, which means it's unplayable because it actually requires a lobby to play, but it was called Darkness 2. Bro, that shit slapped. Darkness 2 was like peak Roblox. I don't even know if anyone remembers that game. I just realized, let me switch to live chat. Just in case, yeah. Some modern Roblox horror game feels like they focus more on gameplay than the actual horror. I don't necessarily mind that, though. Because, like, I'd say Doors is more popular because it's fun than because it's scary. Like, yeah, people will try to clickbait, like, the monster in Doors, but when I think of Doors, I think of how fun the gameplay is. I don't think of, you know, the actual horror. Doors is, like, actually good. Unfortunately, it's gotten a little too mainstream, so now it's, like, almost cringe culture-esque to talk about, but no, it's, like, a really good game. Yeah, exactly, Bishi, I agree. You know what a lot of modern Roblox horror games remind me of are, like, old Minecraft horror games. Like, if you guys remember when people would, like, recreate 087B in Minecraft and shit like that, right? Like the SCP. That was just, like, a staircase that kept going down. Huh? Dude,
Bruh.
I did find the creepypasta. I covered it. I don't know if I cover it in the next iceberg thing or if I covered it in an existing episode of the iceberg. I think it's the one I'm editing though. But fucking Skull OGG's creepypasta is so fucking hilariously bad. It reminds me a lot of what the fuck was it? $1.gif or whatever, or was it $1.wave? I don't remember. I used to read a lot of creepypastas, so I have a frame of reference when, like, comparing for criticism. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did already explain it. I still think the worst creepypasta I've ever read is, it's a special category of creepypastas when it comes to the name. It's the name of the story describes the plot. I hate when the stories do that, but it's one of those. And the creepypasta is, something, it's titled something along the lines of, like, I visited the dark web and I regret it. Now, describing why this is bad and also describing the plot, I have to be careful, because YouTube keeps taking down narrations of the story for, in my opinion, valid reasons. But it is actually one of the most god-awful stories I've ever read. Now, first things first, I'm a tech guy, so I actually understand how the dark web works. Also, great death. I actually understand how the dark web works, right? And, there's a misconception on the internet that I need to nip in the butt right now. The dark web and the deep web have nothing to do with crime. Crime happens on there. Okay, I guess it's not fair to say that it's nothing to do with it, but crime is not the only thing on the dark web. You can use the dark web for legitimate and good reasons. Like, a lot of journalists have to use it. Like, the famous WikiLeaks is a dark website. And, all the dark web is websites that are not indexed by search engines. And, well, that's more what the deep web is, but the dark web is that, but you're given, like, special links to access it, I guess. It's hard to explain. But, the dark web is, like, actually a good thing, and it needs to exist because it allows a lot of journalists and a lot of, people who live in countries filled with censorship and stuff like that. It allows them at least a modicum of freedom. And, you can find some really interesting stuff on there, right? The thing is, that stigma of the dark web being this spooky crime place still exists, right? Yeah, I'm gonna like, take a break from playing for a sec, because I really want to go on this tangent. The dark web just generally has this, stigma of, oh, it's filled with crime and illegal stuff and spooky murder, red room, drugs stuff. When, like, if I go on there, the first thing I'm probably gonna see is chat rooms for furries. Normal shit. Or like fucking the dark web version of 4chan, which is literally just the same place, but it's just hosted there as a backup. You're using the same site. It's super fucking normal. And the only reason it gets that reputation is because media sensationalizes the bad stuff. Because is there bad stuff on the dark web? Yes. You're not gonna find it unless you're looking for it, though. You're not gonna end up on a site with gore unless you're looking for a site with gore. Right? So, that tangent over. And you can already tell this story is going to piss me off if I have to go on a tangent like that, right? What the creepypasta is, basically, is it tells the story of our main character. God help me, I'm not going to remember his name, so I'm calling him a main character. So the story is about main character who's in college, And he just gets really bored one day and decides, you know what? I'm gonna try the dark web. So he tries the dark web, and spooky, scary shit happens. Except, I wish it was that simple, because it's not just that the story gets the dark web wrong, it is legitimately one of the most exploitive stories I've ever heard, because basically what happens in the story is our main character finds a forum for serial killers. Which is already just overhyping how, quote-unquote, scary the dark web is. Right? It's doing the thing that the media does. But also, let's assume that this is a real scenario, because as much as you have to look for it, yes, this stuff does exist. Our main character is still brain dead because he goes onto this forum, sees all these people talking about how they murder people, and instead of doing what a normal person would do, and just leave the site, he decides to go onto this forum and tell all of these supposed serial killers that he's calling the police on them. Which they obviously don't take kindly to. So you know what happens? Because the dark web is this spooky, scary place with media, with, like, you know, gore media and spooky people, and it's dangerous. Basically, his existence on the dark web gets him hacked. Like, the moment he types the message, oh, I'm gonna call the police, instantly all of his shit starts being weird, and his camera turns on its own, and all this shit, right? Now, this is the one part of the story I like. Not because it's good, but because it got a laugh out of me. The reason that these guys hacked into this guy's computer and his phone is to basically say, yo, what the fuck, are you stupid? Delete our website out of your browser history and, like, delete the dark web. You're not going on the dark web anymore. You're too stupid. Get out of here. And they just, like, make him leave. Right? And, like, what actually happens in the story is they basically make him delete the stuff, and they're like, you know, man, if you come back, we're gonna do all the bad stuff, right? And so our main character, you know, he doesn't go on the dark web again. And you'd think, okay, that's where the story ends. And it's fine, right? How could it possibly keep going? The story's over. Well, these guys, who honestly just come across as really elitist Discord users, out of nowhere, they just decide, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna start hacking this guy again. Why? I don't know. So now, think about all of the things that people say you can find on the dark web that's bad. And again, I must remind you, you don't find these things without looking for it. So the dark web is not these things, but that's not the point. Think about all the things that the dark web supposedly is, right? Like, you got spooky, murder, gore, illegal, you know, child exploitation, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. And that's the direction the story goes in. Basically, main character, on his computer, has an application randomly appear on his desktop, alongside his wallpaper just turns to gore. You know, because normal shit, I guess. And main character is freaking the fuck out about it. He's like, wow, that's weird. And, what comes of that is one day he opens up his computer and he gets, like, an app on his computer. And the guys on his computer are like, you should run this program. If you don't, we're gonna, like, come and kill you or something. And he's like, so he feels forced to do it. So he opens up the program, and it allows him to view a red room. Now, red rooms are an extra funny topic to me, because they probably exist. Like, I'm not going to completely deny it, but there has been no proof of their existence. And if they do exist, they're probably on the normal internet and not on the dark web because of how expensive and annoying bandwidth is on the dark web. Like, that fucking video is gonna load in less than 1440p and you ain't seeing shit, right? So, you know, that's already a problem, but ignoring that, let's just say he got the god internet. What's a red room? Live stream torture, supposedly. That's what the myth is. that, like, serial killers will, like, murder on video, and it's like it's like Twitch for serial killers. Again, not even confirmed to exist, but that's where our main character supposedly ends up. These hackers remotely install a spooky red room onto his computer and force him to watch it. Livestream torture, I thought we were already finished talking about Vortrox. Fair enough. But, the thing is, the story's already on my shit list at this point because of just how wrong it is, right? Because it just fearmongers people away from the dark web and further enforces this stigma that it's this awful place, right? But where it becomes one of the worst things I've ever read is when the story decides to start in graphic detail describing what happens in the red room that our main character sees. And this is the part where I have to not explain the story, because the story gets so graphic and so exploitive for literally no reason that I'm pretty sure those portions are why narrations of the story keep getting banned off of YouTube. The tamest of the scenes, and one of the only ones I can really comfortably explain, is, and being brief because I don't want to be, like, shocking or graphic, the story goes through this long, detailed, overly explained graphic scene about how they used a screwdriver on their eye, and that's the tamest. The problem I have with this scene, and why it's so fucking far onto my shit list, is not only are they just explaining a fake red room in graphic detail, which is just unnecessarily gross and exploitive, they decided to throw in the detail that the victim was a child. Which is just an extra level of fucked up and unnecessary. So, it just ends up being this, like, really awful, stomach-churning scene that just feels like it's graphic for the sake of being graphic and nothing else. Yeah, and it's like, I legitimately do not know what could have gone through the writer's head to do that, because, like, the whole story is like, man, I went on the dark web and I saw some fucked up shit, it's spooky, and you should avoid it, and bad stuff can happen. But unironically, the story is more graphic than anything I've ever read or seen on the dark web. Because they just go so in-depth on this child gets tortured, the story. And it's just, after a certain point, it's like, enough is enough, you know? It's like the story wants you to be angry at the story itself. I wasn't Seabass, I'm describing the plot of a creepypasta. Which, by the way, these are supposed to be scary stories that you read for fun. They're supposed to be like campfire stories, right? That's why so many of them focus on cryptids. So why the fuck are we using them to fearmonger? But where it gets especially funny is that's still not where the story ends. The live stream ends, the guy checks his phone, and it's blowing up with notifications. Wow, I went under the coin. It's blowing up with notifications, and basically it's a wall of every person he knows calling him a sick fuck because the hackers linked the spooky red room to literally everyone this guy knows. Not only is that, again, just a kick in the nuts to the audience, and I'll get into why in a second, but, wouldn't that lead directly to the arrest of the guys if, like, an entire fucking neighborhood's worth of people saw it? But no, these are, like, spooky hacker guys. They're super god tier elite murder guys, and they're spooky, and you should be afraid of them. Even though I'm like 90% certain in this scenario, those guys would immediately get arrested. The other thing, though, is that the detail of the scene is completely pointless, because literally the next line of dialogue is, but he explained it to everyone with the police, and the police helped clear his name. Everyone knows he didn't do it, and he was hacked. So it's like, why even put in that detail at all? It just makes the story actively worse. Just super odd. The story basically ends with main character talking about how this one of the two guys got arrested, but not both of them. Uh-oh, spooky. What's the difference between the dark web? Because you still find the same stuff, it sounds like. So, you don't find the same stuff. You find similar things. The dark web, literally all it is it's just the internet, but Google cannot index the pages. Like, the deep web is even similar to that, or simpler than that. The deep web is just, like, sub-pages for domains. Like, if you ever check your email, Google indexes Gmail, but Google does not index your specific Gmail inbox. That would be a deep website. And the dark web is basically just that, but people make pages that can only be accessed through a very specific browser and very specific means and blah 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 blah. It's so fucking harmless that you'll genuinely find people running ARGs on the dark web. And, like, part of the step of an ARG is to just go to a dark website and you download a video. It is legitimately harmless. And you know what the fucked up thing is, right, chat? And this is the thing I always tell people. The normal internet is worse than the dark web. Okay? And I say this, like, and by normal internet, I mean what you all are using right now, chat. It is normal. Like, I'm gonna be really crass, but I think I'll make my point, right? The dark web, it's still not even confirmed if red rooms even exist. It's theorized as to how they could, but we don't even know if they're real, and they're only really a thing by virtue of possibility, right? On the normal internet, you have stuff like the Facebook mosque shooting in New Zealand, which is way closer to a real red room than we've ever gotten from something like the dark web. On the real internet, shit actually happens. And it's very simple when you break down why. If you're a sick fuck and you're looking to share the kind of sick fuck things that you do as a sick fuck, wouldn't you want it to be seen? Because I think if you're live streaming, chances are you want the thing you're streaming to be seen. So why would you live stream in a place where no one's gonna fucking see it? Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Please do not talk about that in my chat. I know what that is. I know about that because of, like, different horror YouTubers, like fucking Scare Theater. Don't even bring that up. I know it's partially my fault for even bringing up the topic of the dark web, but do not bring that video up. I'm not gonna say what they were talking about, Bishi. I get why you brought it up. I'm not judging you. You're basically just saying, wow, this is a really fucked up thing. This is a bad thing that exists, and I agree, it is horrible. But just please do not talk about that. That is so fucking far against TOS, it's not even funny. Why am I lagging now? No, Prism, I have never looked that up. It's one of those things that horror YouTubers will mention for shock value. You don't need to look it up to have heard of it. It's fucked up, and don't mention it because I don't want people going out and looking for it. Yes, it's highly illegal. But yeah, that's the worst creepypasta I've ever read. And it's really bad. It is so fucking bad. And I've brought it up a lot because I literally do not think it is possible to write something worse than that. Because not only does it spread misinformation about an actual useful tool, but it exploits the topic of child abuse for fucking shock value and quote-unquote horror. It's just really bad. I've unfortunately been subjected to really awful things, because sometimes when you're a content creator, people like to DM you really awful things. Is unconsensual, is it the word? Non-consensual? I don't know. Without your permission, basically. Not that I ever would give permission, but it's like... basically, people are fucking awful, and they'll do shit like that. And I've been sent things and kind of like forcefully subjected to things that I really wish I wasn't.
Everybody knows.
Luckily, I've never seen anything like that kind of stuff. I've never seen like anything child abuse related, and I hope it stays that way. But I have had people DM me like gore randomly, and legitimately, they're like, I just don't get why a human being would do that. What the fuck is happening there? The thing about horror as a subject, Fiery, that I find, and the reason why it's so hard for horror content to scare me anymore, is horror content creators, they have a tendency to try to constantly one-up themselves and be like, man, this is the new most fucked up thing that I've talked about, right? And, the problem with that is that eventually you reach a point where maybe we shouldn't be attempting to turn this into horror. Like, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be making a video about this actual true crime case as if it's a fucking R.L. Stine Goosebumps book. Just feels a little bit wrong. Of course, there are YouTubers that can do it tastefully. Like, I have a lot of respect for Wendigoon. If any of you have watched Wendigoon, I think he's great. But there's a lot of people that, the best I can describe it, they attempt to do what Wendigoon does, but really badly, and with subjects that should not be sensationalized like that. And, I think when you get deep enough in the horror content rabbit hole, there's so many legitimately fucked up things that you end up coming across that the normal, like, fun horror content stops being scary by virtue. Like, it's more entertaining than it is scary now. And that's not to say, by the way, you can't cover real events, because real events can be really interesting. Like, chat, do you want to know one of the best horror videos on YouTube? Like, genuinely, if you like horror content, like, after the stream, you should go watch this video. It's from Nexpo, and it's about a radio station called 96.7 FM. It is such a fucking fascinating video. I love it. It's great. That Daft Punk skit off of Homework, Let's Go. Honestly, when it comes to horror, I think that shortwave radio and radio in general is one of the most fascinating things to me. Actually, on that note, I got something funny to show you, chat. I accidentally muted my mic instead of my desktop audio. I've wanted to post this somewhere because it is actually the funniest fucking thing ever, but I've had nowhere I could post it because it's just an MP3 file and I don't really know what to accompany this, so I have my desktop audio muted because I need to find this, but... I don't know how many of you are familiar with, like, number stations and shit like that, right? But this is related to that, and it's so funny. Where the fuck is it? God, I have so many recordings, I can't even tell... Oh, is it one of these? Yes! I found it! Oh my god! Okay. Alright, chat. I'm gonna fucking really make you guys laugh, okay? This is just something I recorded myself one night. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull this up. Okay, there's an entire YouTube channel dedicated to this thing. I knew it was popular, but god damn. Give me 1 second. I want a recording of it that's normal, not like... Yeah, bear with me. I'm just trying to, Is this it? I apologize, but I swear this is going to be worth it. Is it the Hugbees How It's Made parody? No. Okay, I found it. Alright, so chat. There is a very famous thing on shortwave radio, and it's a radio station called The Buzzer, right? And I have audio of this, so I can show you what I'm talking about. But basically what The Buzzer is it's a radio station, and all it does is just buzz 24/7. It sounds like this. And this has been going since the Cold War. And it's still going today. It's this big anomaly, and it's this super fascinating thing, right? And it's kind of weird because people come up with some pretty shit theories. They're like, what if it's a dead man switch, and the moment the radio station shuts down, all the nukes go off? That's not what it is. It's just a channel marker. It's just there to keep things from broadcasting on a channel that people want to use. But anyway, the buzzer is so famous and so, like, weird and such a big mystery, because we still don't fully know properly who's running it, that what you come across are there's a phenomenon on shortwave radio called pirates, which are basically people who illegally transmit things over shortwave, oftentimes over existing broadcasts to jam them, right? And see, I use a website, actually might be able to pull this up, hold on, because I might be able to show it. I just want to make sure there's nothing on here that would, like, dox me or anything. Yeah, I don't live in the Netherlands, so it's fine. Because this is from the Netherlands. Okay, so basically, there's, I don't know if that's safe to show? Hopefully? I mean, I imagine. I won't show the email just to be safe. Okay, basically, this is a website that allows you to listen to shortwave radio. And yeah, you just tune into different things, and it's literally just a real-time shortwave radio monitoring thing. I love this. I've used this a lot. I'll just sit here for hours at a time just scrolling through and seeing what I can find, right? And, see, I was on here one night, and I decided to check on the buzzer and see how it was, like, what was going on over on it, right? And I'm not joking, chat. Someone was broadcasting Believer by Imagine Dragons over the fucking buzzer. So I'm just sitting there scrolling through, I tab over to the buzzer, and I hear this. So I just have that immortalized in my downloads folder. It's legitimately the funniest fucking thing ever. I love it. It's great. You should have played Demons? Yeah. Yeah, that pirate is the GOAT. Why do I keep going up there? Okay, whatever. Have I ever gotten sleep paralysis? Yes. I have so many problems with sleep, it's not even funny, because I have insomnia, and the very few times I do get sleep, that happens. And it is horrific. You do not want sleep paralysis. Although I will say, if you get sleep paralysis enough, eventually you just kind of become numb to it. I've heard some people can just, like, move their toe to wake themselves up. I can't do that. I looked up this website that popped up from a car crash compilation. Great start to a message. I probably do not want people to look it up because almost immediately I was quite grossed out and disgusted when I saw. Like, 18 plus content I saw on that. Yeah, I mean, you kind of lost me at car crash compilation. I won't... Bro, this is such a crazy ball! I forget, okay, chat. This is really embarrassing, but I don't know what Gauntlet I'm playing. Because I've just been going through the motions while talking to you all because I like talking to chat, it's fun. But I've just been going through the motions, I legitimately don't even know what gauntlet I'm in right now. Bonus? Okay. Maybe forget the first part of that message. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, me lock in on fucking Crazy Ball. I think it's so funny that, like, so many people make jokes about, haha, Crazy Ball does not feature the ball game mode. Not knowing that ball is, like, a really old-timey word for party, so the level's called Crazy Party. Fuck. Thank you for the doggy challenge. You get the doggy award. Why do I keep fucking jumping there? You don't need to jump there. So, Scarf, I will say I'm very picky with my analog horror. A lot of the popular analog horror I don't like and have some very harsh words towards. That being said, analog horror can be really fucking cool. God damn it. No. See, that's my least favorite. I fucking despise Mandela Catalog. In fact, honestly, Mandela Catalog is kind of the face of a lot of the problems I have with analog horror, because a lot of it's literally just, here's a face that's spooky, here's overcomplicated lore that you need a YouTuber to explain to you because everything wants to be FNAF now. I like Monument Mythos. No, Monument Mythos is cool. I haven't gotten into that, but Monument Mythos is really cool. Because Monument Mythos actually tries to focus more on the lore than the scares. Which I think is what analog horror needs to do. It needs to focus a lot more on the world building and a lot less on the spooky VHS distortions, you know? God, the nerves were insane. Thing about analog horror is that I find that it falls into a lot of the similar problems that Lost Episodes creepypastas used to fall into. Where it's just like, genuinely I have to ask why... Like, why is any of this happening, I guess? I don't know. Also, payload sucks, I agree, but I know how to... Like, I've already adapted to this level's crap factor. The big thing with payload, right, is if I turn on hitboxes... Oh, I can't, because I have the leaderboard rule set on. If I turn on hitboxes, right, you see how you have a rotated hitbox for the trigger orb that's used to decorate the orb, and then you have a non-rotated hitbox for the actual jump ring? Right? The reason these are so buggy is because if you buffer them and you get unlucky, you'll hit the toggle orb, because orb priority. You'll hit the toggle orb instead of the jump ring, and therefore clicking won't do anything. But the solution that I found is just double click, and it makes it fine. So that's what I do. If you're on mobile, God help you. Luckily, the toggle orbs are already done. There's no more in the level. They're only at the beginning. Fuck. But yeah, no. Analog horror is just one of those things where there are some series that are legitimately good that happen to be analog horror, but then there are other series that are just analog horror for the sake of being analog horror, and they suck. I still remember someone tried to make a fucking SpongeBob analog horror that implied that Steven Hillenburg was like this awful, abusive person, and the entire internet got rightfully mad because, don't do that. He's like no. Like, I just think it's so unintentional, but it's so funny. But it's so horrible at the same time. Like, the fact that the final screen of it literally says, "See you in hell, Steven Hillenburg," is so fucked up. It's so, like, you can tell that the creator did not mean to do that. But holy shit, you have to think through your implications. You really do. The whole channel was deleted because of that? Yeah. When was that made? Fairly recently, like within the last 4 years. After Steven Hillenburg passed away. It's so bad. Oh yeah, we have to unlock the Demon Gauntlet next, which means the next thing we're buying is the Master Emblem. Wait, we're already at 50 chests, I'm pretty sure. It had to be intentional? No, because honestly, there's a legitimate chance that it was probably just made by a kid. Yeah, no, he passed away a while ago of, what was it? I think it was ALS. Yeah, it was a big thing. Legitimately sad. At Grok, is this true? Bro, the brain rot is real. Holy shit. Alright, that's key number 2. We are one step closer to unlocking the Demon Gauntlet. Found a second key. Impressive. Only one lock left. At Goku. Dude, another daily by Gypsani 4? This guy's fucking cooking, bro. He might actually end up towards the top of the creator leaderboards, because he has this level. Soul Snatcher was also a daily. Where is it? I'm pretty sure Noof Circles was a weekly demon, but I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure this was a weekly demon. This guy, man. Genuinely impressive. Alright, so how much is the Master Emblem? 1,000. We can buy it now. Ah, nice choice. I found it a while ago. Yeah, found is a good word. Not sure what it does. If anyone asks, you didn't buy it here. I mean, buy it where? Fire trail. Okay. Can I, for the love of God, please buy my ball? $6,000. God damn it. Let's see, what am I missing? Okay, so I have my cube, ship, I need my ball, UFO, I already have Path of Fire, so I'm working on that. I need my wave, robot, and swing. So... that's my old robot for 2,000. Actually, I think my robot is a star thing, if I remember correctly. Let me just go check. Yeah, so my wave is this one. I have to get 1,800 user coins, so that's going to be a little while. And then my robot, I need 200 demons. And then my swing, 1,000 moons. Okay, so it looks like I can't really buy any of my icons from here on aside of my trail. My death effect is in a chest. Well, I don't know if I'll beat it, because I put as little effort as possible into the dailies to avoid rebeats. But I'll play this really quick, and then we'll do the Master Emblem thing, since we just got it. Okay, I like this guy's levels normally, but this level is way too fucking fan-cam coded. Okay, so if I remember correctly, yeah, you just come here. The Master Emblem! Lord Rubrub, I will open the gate for you! Please come in. Wait, you are not Rubrub. You seem to be skilled in the art of deception. But it does not matter. Your trickery ends here. Leave now before you cause more problems. Alright, and then... yeah, I think it's really cool that he actually gives a fuck about gameplay. Bro, I gotta go to GameRant.com. No, that's the Wraith, you fuck! Steam community. Yeah, I remember. This was the most pointless of all the vaults, because, like, darkness, silence, hunger, river, and volcano, and that's it. That's all of them. It literally exists just for this. I am free. So many years lost, locked away in that filthy cage. Now that I have my freedom, I must continue where I left off. Look, it's Gengar. Rubrub told me he was cooking some chicken, then he locked me in. Now that you have freed me, I can continue my master plan. Destroy the world of Geometry Dash. And I couldn't have done it without you, Nothing Is Scary. But I almost forgot. I left a small gift as a token of my appreciation. You should prepare yourself for when I return. You will need it. Hey, I heard some noise. Wait, is the gate? You opened the gate? You opened the gate? Ah, this is bad. Bad, 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 bad. And then if I remember correctly, you beat the Demon Gauntlet, and then just fucking nothing happens. I'm sure Rob is gonna do something with the lore. Maybe in a future update, but like...
Boobies.
I'm thinking.
Boobies.
I'm thinking.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Boobies.
I looked at an unnerfed version of Sidestep and I genuinely can't tell the difference from the one we have today. I think it's mostly bug fixes, right?
Bruh. Bruh. Boobies.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
I think the reason I love this level so much is because it was my first time, like, properly exposed to a, like, a good asymmetrical duel. Which means Vortrox probably does not like this level. Sorry, it's too easy.
Bruh.
I gotta remember to buffer that.
Bruh.
I'm thinking.
Ouch.
Boobies.
I honestly think that this level is just a hard easy demon. I don't think it's a medium demon. I think tier 5 makes a lot of sense for this. I mean, just watch chat. Like, I'm gonna end up crushing this level. It's also first half heavy, so like... Yeah, that should be fine. That was a dumb death. Wow. Here's the thing, right? Sidestep is one of the first hard demon, or not hard demon. Sidestep is one of the first hard, easy demons a lot of people play, right? I'm sure, and I don't know anyone specifically, but I bet there are people that have jumped to this from the Nightmare. Because it's just like, it's the first level of the Demon Gauntlet. Of course a lot of people go for this, right? So I don't think it's that it's one of the hardest easy demons in the game. I think it's just that a lot of people go for this when it's super hard for them, you know? Because if you've beaten this, like, years ago, and you're, like, coming back to this way later after you've improved at the game, I guarantee you'll shock yourself with how easy this actually is. It's just really learny, and it's somewhat difficult for an easy demon. Which, for new players, that's a recipe for holy fuck, you know? I think that mini-wave is the hardest part. Hell, you want to hear something really fucked up? I think Deadlocked is harder than this. Fucking hell, that reliefs. Keep in mind, right, when I talk about the difficulty of Deadlocked, I imagine, like, playing it on mobile, where the first wave is, like, fucking silent. On PC, this and Deadlocked are about the same difficulty, though. What is happening with that ship? Why is it just killing me sometimes? Yes, I am autistic. The mine block. Why is there such a big mine block right now? Honestly, I might just need to go drink some water. What is happening there? Am I holding one of the orbs too much? That's what it is. And I forgot what to do there.
Bruh.
Too early. I feel like you might be the type of person to like DJ IPE, especially their song No God. The kicks are incredibly brutal. I'll have to check that out.
Bruh.
One artist I've been getting heavily into lately is JPEG Mafia, because they're basically just... It's just Death Grips, but hip-hop. Well, Death Grips is hip-hop, but, like, traditional hip-hop. Like, not experimental, you know? Although, I guess some of their stuff is experimental, too. I just like them because they remind me of Death Grips. That's what I'm trying to say. There is a difference. I just don't know the words to describe it. What is a tier? Oh, okay, so yeah, I just realized not everyone in chat might know what we're talking about with tiers. So there's a website called the GDDL, and they separate demons into tiers. There's 35 tiers, and so tier 4 is like saying it's a high-end, easy demon. Tier 9 is high-end medium demon. I hate that mini wave. That's the only part of this level I don't like. Because the teleports are just way too harsh. Man, I might need to practice that part specifically.
Bruh.
I jumped over the coin. Great. I don't get why I'm so bad at that mini wave. I really don't. Hardstyle kick at full volume, relatable? Yes, also thank you for the $2. You either love or hate Chase. Thing is, Alex, I like Sidestep, I hate every other level he made. Damn it, I got nervous. Ah, fuck.
Everybody knows.
There we go. God, that was fun. I'm so happy I got to rebeat this, and I'll get to beat it again because Gauntlet level. Good fucking level, man. What's next? Oh yeah, Traction by Fertifunky. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go AFK to go get a glass of water. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Ah, man. While I was going to get water, I was thinking about how to handle the demons in the Gauntlet, because I know some of them are going to take a really long time. And I'm almost wondering if we should just do one Gauntlet demon per stream. I don't know, I think that makes sense. Oh, this level! So chat, I'm gonna do something really funny at the end of this completion, and it's gonna confuse a lot of you. What the fuck? Why am I lagging? What? Oh my god, the fucking thing that happens in Payload can happen in this level. I leaked my username and password in a level so people can use it. I underestimated the power of change username and change password. Ah. Yeah, not a great idea. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Alright, you ready for the funny chat? Oh, I forgot! You have to stop spamming at 97! That's right. You do eventually have to stop spamming. But yeah, that works. You can do that. Because the way this level's, or this little minigame part's collision works, you're a UFO, and there's these little tiny spikes down here. You see that? So all you have to do is spam. Oh, it's so funny. Something about seeing that guy on Globe just plummet to his death because of the bad trigger orbs. I'm just going right by and I just see him go, meow. Ow. Oh. Alright. Feels like my life just changed. What the hell, everything I know is a lie. Yeah, it's so funny. Because if you don't know about that, that ending is like one of the hardest things in the gauntlets that isn't in a demon. I found a glitch where on 144, if you pause buffer in a duel, you can separate the duel. Weird. There we go. It just works. I did not see that black orb. Ah, fuck. Why does nothing load when someone changes username and password, and how to fix? I believe you have to either do refresh account or log out and log back in. I mean, I'm assuming they do know it, because no matter what, even if someone tries to change the username and password, I'm going to assume that they have access to their email so they can fix it.
Bruh.
Unless the person somehow changed the email. There were like 6 points where I was like, oh fuck, I almost died. That person's name is, there to bait you into saying the N-word. I'm not gonna let that be a thing that exists. I'm just gonna, like, nah, fuck that. I don't know how I didn't notice, because I'm pretty sure they've been playing alongside me, like, earlier, too, but... yeah, no. Not funny. Dude, this is weird. I don't fucking remember this level. Oh, never mind. I remember this part. I think this is the only part of the level I recognize, though. No, I never struggled to download Geode. How the fuck am I not dead? Oh, now I'm dead.
Boobies.
Oh, that's funny, Fiery. I'm getting real tired, so I think after this level I'm gonna end stream. We made some decent progress, I think. The green orbs just didn't work. I'm honestly worried right now that I'm playing worse because I'm tired. It's that kind of thing, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to end stream. But I will beat this first. Dude, why am I not able to hit those fucking green orbs? I wanted to beat it that attempt because everyone was together. It was cool. Chances are those fucking hell, I am so sorry, chat. I ended up yawning. Anyway, chances are those green orbs are free and I'm just tired. As if that didn't just prove my point. Oh god, I remember! I remember! This fucking ship comes out of nowhere and it's completely silent. Jesus Christ. What?
Boobies. Boobies.
Bruh.
Can I do anything funny with this? No, whatever. By the way, Scarf, did you ever get around to making a Discord account?
Bruh.
Okay, so click there.
Bruh.
Even though you are a worthless, greedy
I'm sorry, but the shake trigger happening after I die. This fucking shake trigger, dude. Why is that so fucking funny? Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that scarf. What the fuck does this song become? It's like 2010s guys I like Skrillex type shit. This is like bootleg Skrillex. Like he tried way too fucking hard to make Skrillex music. Straight up, it was so good up until that point, and it just becomes so ass. Why does that fucking black orb make me so nervous? God, what the fuck is that ship? It's so out of left field. Oh my god, dude. How the fuck did I survive that sweep up at the beginning? Bro, just make a new account. You don't have to quit GD because you lost your account. You can just make a new one. That fucking ship, dude!
Even though you are a worthless, greedy lot.
I'm fucking god, dude. That's so bad. Alright, let's just do the last level, and then I'll go to sleep. I'm not gonna leave you guys without doing the last one.
Bruh.
I thought that was a jump indicator. It sure fucking looks like it.
I think everybody knows.
Okay, so you just don't need to do anything up until here where there's a saw. Great. I forgot I didn't like this level. Good night, Scarf.
I'm thinking.
This level is buns. fucking play this, man. Oh, fuck. Fucking god. I might need to hide players so I can focus for this one. I don't want to hide everyone, obviously, but how do I temporarily hide people? What do I do? I might just have to disable globed for now. Because I just want to be done with this, and I can barely see in this level as it is. So I think I have to, unfortunately. Just for this one. I'll have it back on next time, but I just gotta focus, because this thing is so ass. Good night, Sebas. Am I pan? Yes, I am. This level's so fucking boring. So I have an LDM. Maybe it'll clear out some of the clutter so I can fucking see. I don't want to fucking play this. This is so boring. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude!
I'm thinking.
Thank fucking God. The thing is, this level's probably fine. I'm probably just really tired. This is the last thing I'm beating on this stream. I'm going to bed, but first let's do the thing. Hey, we beat the time gauntlet. Let's go. That was pretty hype. So we've done quite a few of the 2.1 gauntlets. Progressed a lot. It was a fun stream. I'm glad we got to do this. I will, of course, be streaming again tomorrow, or at least trying to. You never really know, you know, things could go wrong and I might not be able to, but I will be attempting to stream tomorrow. Yeah, I just want to get the gauntlets done. That's what my big focus is. Of course, the wheel is still a thing. I just didn't spin it this stream because I was focused entirely on the gauntlets. Thank you all for showing up and being active in chat, and you guys are really fun to talk to. Yeah, Geode was incredibly fun. I'm glad I've started using it again. But yeah, good night, everyone.